Welcome back. It's time for my final guest tonight. She is one of the biggest music stars on the planet right now, and these are just a few of her massive global hits. Feel free to go crazy for Taylor Swift. Screaming Taylor Swift finder. Lovely to have you here. Taylor Swift, ladies and gentlemen. Come and make yourself comfortable. Wow, now we have some young people in screaming every time your name is mentioned.
I know, I love that.
What's the name for the Swift fans? Because we had Justin Bieber on a few weeks ago, and his fans are called Bliebers.
I know.
What are your fans called?
They kind of named themselves, and they call themselves Swifties, which is
Swifties.
so cute.
Swifties.
I thought it was cute.
Swifties. OK, well, I'd like to think I'm on my way to becoming a Swiftie.
Really? That's amazing. I've wanted to be on your show for so long.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody talks about it. They're like, Jonathan Ross is so lovely.
These would be French people, or what?
No.
OK, so you've just come from France, though, haven't you?
Yeah, actually, we were... I was in Paris doing a music video, and I got to go to a fashion show.
Wow, because it's Fashion Week over there, isn't it? Or it's just been? OK, how was that?
It was beautiful. Beautiful dresses, and... yeah, I knew it was Fashion Week because I was going there for Fashion Week, but you don't realise, like, the models are all there.
Of course, because they would be for Fashion Week, but I suppose but you'd forget that on the way, don't you?
But, like, I didn't realise they were, like, they're all staying in the same hotels as like, people that aren't models. Oh. And,
because you'd think they'd have one with just very thin doors and stuff like that, wouldn't you?
I don't know what I thought, or they like sleep on clouds or something. I don't know. But like, I was going to the gym because I was trying to like run off the jet lag. I walk in and there's a model, like a real one, and she's like on the treadmill, right? And she's running like faster than a racehorse would run, so like I don't know, 80 miles an hour probably.
Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah.
So she's top speed.
Top speed, and not breathing heavy at all. She's like... And I'm on the elliptical, which is kind of like...
That's the lazy person's running machine, isn't it?
And I hate it. And you can see in my face that I hate it, and you can hear that I hate it, and I'm like... And she keeps running like that for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
And then she has this like Italian boyfriend come in, and he's like incredibly good looking, and they're both good looking, and he, I swear, leans over the bar of the treadmill and they start making out while she's running this fast.
Wow. That's the most annoying woman on the planet, isn't it?
And I just wanted to be like, you win. You already won.
But look at you, there's nothing of you. You're like a model as well, and you've done modelling work, I guess, haven't you, Taylor?
No,
yeah,
no,
come
I
on.
haven't. That's nice of you. I can't run like they do.
Taylor, honestly, you're not bad looking. Honestly, I wouldn't just say that.
Thank you for saying that.
When you travel these places, do you have friends and family with you, or is it very much just a kind of a professional thing?
Well, I don't really see my family if I don't have them come along sometimes. So I'll be like, hey, Dad, you come on this trip. Hey, Mom, come on this trip. Hey, Austin, my brother who's in college, come on this trip. And he's like, no, I really don't want to. And I'm like, okay.
We had a picture there of you. That was you when you were, is that you 11 or 12?
That was actually singing a national anthem at an NBA game.
So you knew you had a voice, I guess. You just had to persuade the rest of the world. You had to get out there. So you were 11, 12 when you started. How long did it take you to get the interest from the business? How long before you got signed by someone?
I was like 14 when I got a publishing deal for my songwriting. But I mean, from the point when I was like 9 years old, I was obsessed with theater and children's theater, and I loved telling a story on stage, whether it was with acting or singing or performing. But it really got crazy when I started playing guitar when I was 12, and that's when I started writing songs. And that's kind of the point where it became all I wanted to do. I
know you write quite a lot about songs, and you don't necessarily go into specifics, but a lot of Taylor's songs are about breakups.
Yes.
And relationships.
Yes.
And you seem, if you don't mind me saying so, you seem to have had more than your fair share of breakups.
Yeah. There have been a few.
Who are you seeing at the moment?
I don't really talk about that. I just
Well, why not? What's wrong with you? What, are you ashamed of him? What is he, a weird-looking fella?
Oh, no.
He's a good-looking boy.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I don't really talk about my personal life because it's sort of like...
Goes boom.
It goes everywhere,
yeah,
and then it gets turned into all these other things, and it's like, I would much rather my personal life be sung about. I think it sounds nicer that way, rather than me talking about it in some magazine article or something.
But if this guy you're with at the moment, say, if it turns out to be just a happy relationship, then that kind of ends...
Don't ask me that question. The question makes me so sad.
But you see, but you're getting these great songs out of breakups.
Oh, come on.
Do you really want to be in a relationship?
No. Okay, this
I
is
think
like...
maybe you don't want a relationship for like 15 years. Get about 4 or 5 more albums out of Heartbreak, then settle down. Does that not make sense? That's a pretty good game plan for you, Taylor. Mm-hmm. You can thank me later.
Yeah.
OK. You must know, I guess, or you must have a feeling when you've written something. And we have, I know you're familiar with the guys we're having this evening. Gary Barlow's written some of the best pop songs for the last 20 years in this country. He really has written some incredible songs. And I mean that, Gary, I really do. And you've written some great songs as well. And the new single... He doesn't, he always thinks... he always thinks I'm going to be mean after this, don't you?
Come in, something's arriving.
Oh, sorry, I meant Robbie. Anyway. It's only... I didn't mean that. You made me do that. He's not cute. He's old enough to be your father.
No, I meant the flirtation.
Between me and Gary?
Yeah.
I know. I preferred you when you were cuddly. I felt less threatened. He's like a gazelle now. You know, he used to be 400 pounds.
I don't know if you're serious.
No, he was 400 pounds. We had him on the show once. We had to knock a wall down to get him out again. It's serious.
Were you 400? Is that the actual number?
He was 402. He was.
You look great.
Thank you.
Things are going well.
Take that. Initially, it was just him. And then when he lost the weight, they had to get these other guys in, including a break dancer.
I'm coming back out in a minute.
I'm sorry, Gary, you know I am. Anyway, the new single... have you heard Taylor's new single? Anyone else? The minute you hear it, you know it's a hit. It's a great song.
Thank you so much for saying that.
It's a great song.
It's doing well. Things are good.
It's number 4 over here. I think it's even going to knock Gangnam off the top of the chart. Here's a taster. Immediately catchy. The first time you hear it, you're singing it. What a great song.
Thank you.
And that is about, I guess, a breakup. A specific breakup?
Yes. Not like a compilation of all of them.
No, because you've had a few, as we've said. Which, the most recent one or one of the older ones? See, you could do that. Just store them all, and occasionally, when you need a breakup, go back to one of the old ones again.
I've thought about that.
OK.
You just stockpile all the pain, and you just draw from it later.
Do you think, Taylor, that you... And I don't know whether you feel you have fallen in love, and I'm not going to answer, but do you think that you do maybe get into a relationship too readily? Do you give too much of yourself too soon? Would that be why this keeps happening?
I don't know why people think that. People think that about me. That's like, I think... It's
because you've had so many breakups, that's why. Why do you not know we think that?
I mean, I just think if you think too hard about it and it takes you a long time to fall in love with someone, you're not in love.
That's true. So the first, wow, this is great, and you do, and you're there in the moment.
Yeah.
That's a lovely thing.
Yeah, I have a lot of rules placed on my life, and I just choose not to apply rules to love.
Well, that's, I think, in a way, a very sane way to proceed, even though it does leave you open to, let's face it, more hit singles.
Yeah, that's the downside of it.
Stephen, don't you shake your head at me like a wise old puffin. How lovely to have you here. Taylor's new album, Red, is out, I think, on the 22nd of October. And there's a lovely photograph on the cover right there. A super talent and a great guest. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Taylor Swift. Thank you so much. Thank you to all my guests tonight. Of course, Taylor Swift, Stephen Fry, Nicole, Dermot and Gary from The X Factor. Join me next week when I'll be joined by David Walliams, Stacey Solomon will be here, and Ed Sheeran, who I know who you know, will be chatting and performing live. But now to end the show with her fabulous new single, Anything Could Happen, it is Ellie Goulding.
Since we found out that anything could happen, 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 anything could happen. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think I need you, you know.
Ellie Goulding.
Well, Paddy was back with a new series tonight if you want to see how they got on after the show, which is always the fun bit, isn't it? Let's be honest, Take Me Out, the gossip is about to start over on ITV2.